what's up Facebook, what's up YouTube, what's up family, and what's up friends? It's your boy Lowell and I'm back again. I got to hit y'all with another video. Y'all know what time it is. Y'all know what time it is. Hey, I'd like to welcome you all back to another episode of Papa Lowe's Place. Now, y'all know that Papa Lowe's Place is a place where if it's on your mind, let's talk about it. If it's something that you're going through, let's talk about it. Family, if it's something that concerns you, let's talk about it. All right? Yo, today we got another video that I think is going to be educational. I also think that it's going to be something that we can chew on, something that we can grow with and learn from. But before we get into the video, I'd like to, as I always do, introduce my co-host for today, Brother Jason. Brother Jason, how you feeling, man?
Feeling good. Trying to keep it and maintain. As y'all already know, hold it in the road.
Hold it in the road. You got to always hold that thing in the road. No matter what, you know, life throws you curves, throws you all sorts of obstacles, and you have the opportunity to go left and go right or whatever have you. But Brother Jason said, no matter what, just hold it in the road. All right? So we're gonna go ahead and get started with this video. Y'all pay attention to this video, and we'll meet you guys on the other side to talk about it. All right? Roll the clip.
A trip to a gas station turned into a hospital visit for one woman who says she was attacked while paying for her slushie. Hello, everybody. I'm Heather Hayes.
I'm Steve Eager. It's 9 o'clock. The attack was caught on camera at a Walmart gas station in Cedar Hill. The woman claims the confrontation escalated after the cashier didn't like how she handed her the money. Well, now the victim is suing Walmart. Fox Sports' David Centenry joining us live with more. David.
Yeah, the victim sat down with us and she says she is still recovering from her injuries. She believes that the cashier's criminal history should have been a big red flag for Walmart.
All behind $1.06.
Surveillance video shows a cashier allegedly attacking a customer at a Walmart convenience store in Cedar Hill. The customer trying to purchase a slushie.
To me, $1.06 has changed my life a lot.
$1.06. That's how much money Ann Flores says she slid across the counter to the cashier for the slushie. Flores claims the cashier wanted the money placed in her hand.
And she said, pick up the effing money and put it in my damn hand.
Flores did not like the cashier's tone, so she left the money on the counter and tried to walk out.
So I kept on walking towards the door, and she came around the counter and she shoved the money in my chest.
According to an arrest warrant affidavit, a Cedar Hill police detective says the cashier confronted and pushed Flores, adding Flores was trying to leave, but the cashier taunted Flores, pushed Flores again, and swung Flores toward the front counter, where Flores' lower back was hit. The scuffle continued.
She just came at me, and it was either, stand there and get pounded or fight back, and instinct was to fight back.
A detective says the cashier, Sharif Lawrence, was the aggressor. She's charged with assault causing bodily injury. Lawrence has a lengthy criminal history, theft and drug convictions, even a felony aggravated assault conviction in 2000. In a newly filed lawsuit against Walmart, Flores claims the company was negligent to hire Lawrence. Flores claims to have suffered 2 vertebrae fractures, a head injury, and more.
But what if I have my grandchildren with me or something, and she decides to pop off?
In a statement to Fox 4, Walmart says, "We take the safety and security of our customers seriously. We will review the complaint and respond appropriately to the court."
There's no way you can justify that.
Flores says she did not think much of sliding money to Lawrence instead of placing it in her hand. Her mind elsewhere. She says she was returning from a funeral for her mother-in-law.
What if that was your mother, your grandmother, your child, that this lady did this to, all behind $1.06?
Yeah, that attack happened last September, but the lawsuit just filed last week. We did stop by Lawrence's listed address earlier today in Cedar Hill to see if she would talk to us, but no one came to the door. Heather, Steve, back to y'all.
All right, David, thank you.
Y'all seen that? You heard that. This is, I mentioned it earlier in an earlier video, and I'll say it again. This is not just random. This is something that seems to be going on more and more every day. And, what do you do? Now, I would like to say this. Most of the time, I can't think of any time off the top of my head that I haven't just handed my money to the cashier in their hand, whether it be a male or whether it be a female. Nowadays we pay with card. I use a card. I very rarely have cash, so, I'm not able to do that. However, some people do look at that as being disrespectful if you do not hand a person money in their hand and you just lay it on the counter. Some people look at that as being disrespectful. Now, having said that, I don't think that because a person does not hand you the money in your hand, I don't think that it should escalate the situation into a brawl, if you will, or a fight. I don't think it should escalate it to that. Brother Jason, I have some more to say, but Brother Jason, we want to get your take on it.
Over
$1.06. Don't forget the 6 now.
Over $1.06.
Come on now.
What can I do that at?
Come on, man. Do that at. Okay. First of all, you know what? I'm gonna just be real and put this all on the table. To the customer, Lord, I'm sorry, but to the customer, sue the brakes off Walmart. Sue the brakes off of them.
11 million.
Also, to the customer, on a more personal level, that same lady, sue the brakes off of her. Civilly, if you have to. Because that right there was uncalled for. Over $1.
Over $1.06.
Come
on.
No, ma'am. No, sir. Wrong answer. No. Now, with that being said, let me go back in time to where I used to work retail and was a actual cashier for many companies. If and when somebody hands me their money, whether it be in my hand or on the counter, me personally, is that a sign of disrespect? I could care less. Why? Because I am there to do a job for a company and yes, be respected, of course. But however that transaction transpires is not up to me on how to actually process that. I have rules and regulations, policies, procedures, and expectations to get my customers through the actual line, regardless of what kind of actions they do, as long as they pay. Whether you swipe your card, tap your card, put your money on the counter, or put the money in my hand, as long as that transaction says you good, and my drawer come up right, I could care less about the rest.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously, over $1. Lord.
$1.06. Come on now.
$1.06. Come, I mean, what? Once again, where they do that at? Where they do that at?
And you see,
Cashier. Look. Speaking direct. Okay, yeah, let me go ahead and do it. Speaking directly to you, cashier. I forgot your name, but they showed you in the news clip. Your face is plastered, for the world to see now. I ask you again, cashier, $3.06. Come on. Better.
Yeah. Some will say, well, you don't know, you never know what the cashier is going through or whatever have you. And, then my question would immediately be, then why apply for a customer service job? If you know that you have an attitude, or you know that you're prone to getting into arguments or incidents, whatever have you, why apply for a customer service job?
Exactly. If you have any type of people skills, like I said, customer service is not for you. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's most people's first job, whether it be, grocery store, fast food, you know, if you up there, if you're 18, 19, 20 years old, gas station, or whatever, customer service is actually going to want to be your first job. Why? Because the turnover rate for that is pretty high, and they've actually budgeted for that and everything. But I mean, if you if you got a quick fuse, a quick temper, customer service is not for you.
That ain't for you. I don't care if it's being on the phones, man. If you got that quick temper, that smart mouth or whatever, you really bring in the heat, and you like that, customer service is not for you. I remember my first job working at Burger King in Connecticut. Shout out to Connecticut. And I always worked in the back making the burgers on the little broiler steamer. For those of you who work at Burger King, y'all know what I'm talking about. I work on the specialty board sometime making the chicken sandwiches or with the fries or whatever. But when my heart started getting palpitations was when the manager was like, "Lowell, I think we want to try you on the register." I was like, "No, I don't want." And I knew that I can handle the customer, the customers, our actions together, but I just didn't want to be dealing with that money. That's what I didn't want to be dealing with. And I saw my share of bad cashiers who just had nasty attitudes towards the customers or whatever have you. And by the way, I did eventually get on the cash register, and again, it was everything that I expected. I hated it. I did not want to be there. Put me right back in the back. Let me flap some burgers. Let me put down some fries. Let me do that. That's my niche as far as fast food and working at Burger King goes. I did not want to work with the money. But again, going back to this lady, I mean, they showed her arrest record and what her past was like. So obviously she has maybe some deep-rooted resentment or something going on there, and something that maybe she needs to sit on a couch or lay on a couch and talk to somebody about. There's no shame in going to counseling. There's no shame in talking to someone that can, draw the reason why out of you. I myself have been to counseling, and there was a big stigma around counseling. Real men don't do this, real men don't do that. But it was something that I needed, and I got to talk about things that I didn't talk about, things that I think really helped me out in the dark place that I was in at the time. But again, going back to this story, this is something, family, that should never, ever, ever take place. If someone does not put the money in your hand, no matter how disrespectful it may be to you, you can never, ever, ever respond in this way. It's never appropriate to respond in this way. And one thing about me, I'll say this and then I'm gonna toss it over to Brother Jason real quick. One thing about me, I believe that what other people do does not dictate how I respond. I really honestly and truly believe that. So if I say good morning to someone, right, and they don't say good morning back to me, I don't care. And people are like, well, Lowell, they don't say, who cares? Who cares if they don't say good morning back to you? My thing is, I've done what I wanted to do, and that was to say good morning to them. That's all. I don't look for, stand around and wait for them to say good morning back to me, because then that begs the question. Do you only say it because you're looking for a response, or do you say it because you really wish them a good morning? You really wish them a good afternoon or good evening? Or are you looking for something? Because if you're looking for something, then oftentimes you're going to be disappointed, because there are people out there who, no matter what the greeting is, no matter how kind the greeting is, they are not going to say good morning back to you. And it's not because of their skin color. It's not because of this, that, or whatever have you. It's just, that's what their DNA, that's how they're wired. And I'm okay with that, because I do it because I want to, not because I'm looking for a response. Brother Jason, go ahead and give us some words of wisdom, and then we'll go ahead and close out.
$1.06.
$1.06.
My word. $1.06.
And she didn't even get to enjoy the slushie. You
It's
saw the
all
slushie.
on the floor. I mean, man. $1.06.
$1.06.
I mean, Walmart. If you out there, I think y'all owe her a bunch more slushies than $1.06 worth. But again, $1.06 to the customer. To the customer, look, I can't. I'm no legal person or this, that, whatever. But I'm sorry that you actually had to go through that. That person ought to know better. Ought to, do better. Cashier, I mean, really. I mean, $1.06. Come on, really? Now your face and your past was put on the news, on the internet, this, that, whatever. What's your next move now? Seriously. But just like I said, do better. But anyway, to the customer, to the cashier, and to everybody listening and paying attention to the podcast here. We said this in a previous video. Keep your emotions in check. Keep your emotions in check. I mean, regardless how you feel, you may feel some type of way or don't feel some type of way, but it's the general mutual unregulated, unspoken respect between one person and another person in any type of altercation, transaction, or setup, meeting, this, that, whatever. No one do better. But I just can't get over this. $1.06.
Hey.
$1.06.
106. And
my word.
I think Brother Jason said something that was so profound. Simple but so profound. Keeping your emotions in check. You know what I'm saying? Self-control. Because there's people, to include our children, our parents, whatever have you. There's people out there, they're built to take you there. They're built to push those certain buttons to make you act out of character. But will you? Will you maintain? You know what I'm saying? I run into people daily who I know for a fact that they're trying to push my buttons. But one thing about me is I'm not going to let it ever go that far, because I value my freedom. I value my life and I value my freedom. And if you don't, this right here, what you just saw in the video, this is what happens. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut that short right there. But tell me what you guys think. Do you think that that it's proper etiquette to hand the money or the card or whatever have you, to place it in the cashier's hand? Some people may say that during COVID or whatever, you got COVID out there, that it's not a good idea to put things in people's hands, whatever have you, to have that interaction. Or do you think that because a person doesn't put it in your hands, that you should still maintain professionalism, that you should still maintain customer service etiquette? So again, leave your comments in the comment section below. Tell us what you guys think. All right, so this has been your boy Lowell of Papa Lowell's Place, bringing you a bit of news that, again, as I always say, something that we can all chew on. We can use it for educational purposes and something that we can grow with. All right, so you guys, I ask that you like, comment, and share this video. And if you find it in your heart to do so, please subscribe. We'd love to have you as a part of the Papa Lowell's Place family. All right, so once again, you guys take care of yourselves and take care of each other. All right, I love you guys. Talk to you later. Bye.